Alright, Shalom. First of all, I'm just going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this article where the headline reads, Manhattan man arrested for allegedly stabbing and dismembering roommate over food, dumping torso in East River. So it's like, hey, the Lord, he's turning things up with these spirits of vengeance, man. People are getting crazier out here. And this is just, hey, it's a sign of the times, man. Like it says in Luke 21 and 22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And these spirits of vengeance being let loose is something that's being fulfilled, clearly. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says police have arrested a Manhattan man for allegedly stabbing his roommate to death, then dismembering him and dumping part of his body into the East River, all because of a dispute over food, sources familiar with the case said. Christian Millet, 24, was booked Wednesday night on second-degree murder charges in the heinous killing of his roommate, Edwin, 65. Both men had resided inside an apartment at 60 Columbia Street on the Lower East Side within the 7th Precinct's confines. According to sources familiar with the investigation, Millet and Etch had become embroiled in an argument inside the residence over food. So the beef turned, the sources said, when Millet allegedly went on the attack, stabbing Etch about his body up to 13 times with a knife. Following the killing, Millet allegedly dismembered the senior before wrapping his torso in a sleeping bag and stuffing it in a suitcase that he later dumped into the East River. The whereabouts of the rest of remains are unknown. Parts of his body were found in a suitcase floating in the East River on the evening of February 5th, not far from Governor's Island. A ferry crew spotted the suitcase bobbing on the frigid waters and attempted to retrieve it, but the crew members could not haul it because it weighed too much. The crew then notified the NYPD Harbor Unit, which retrieved the suitcase, transported it to Pier 16 in the financial district, and made the gruesome discovery. Millet was taken into custody at his home and charged on February 12th while in custody at the 7th Precinct Station House. On Thursday, detectives escorted Millet in handcuffs out of the 7th Precinct and into a waiting police car for transfer to Manhattan Criminal Court. He said nothing during the Purple Walk as reporters asked him why he allegedly committed the heinous crime. Yeah, so, hey, some scary stuff, man. Ecclesiasticus 39:28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that's what happened. This man, Christian Millet, the 24-year-old, he was a spirit of vengeance. And the Lord used him to execute that heavy judgment upon that 60-year-old man. Stabbed him up 13 times, dismembered him. Just horrible stuff. But like it says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. When you look up the definition of appease, it means to satisfy. So that man, that 24-year-old man executing that heinous judgment, that wild judgment, that satisfied the wrath of the Lord. Clearly, the Lord really had it out for that 60-year-old man. And that's why that judgment was as severe and as gruesome as it was. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And the Heavenly Father executes the killing and wounding of people through His spirits that are created for vengeance. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, so for all these people that don't believe that the Heavenly Father is behind, people dying, the scriptures are letting you know that He is the reason why people die. The Heavenly Father is the author of life and death. He's in control of who lives and who dies, and how people live and how they die. And in Psalm 7:11, it says, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So, gruesome, horrific, brutal judgments like the one I just read about, that was the anger of the Lord being physically manifested through that man who, committed that act. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous ever cut off. So that 60-year-old man, he was not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. Because if he was, the Lord would not have allowed such a brutal judgment to befall him. Verse 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what happened. That old man reaped what he sowed. Now, we don't know what that man did in the eyes of the Lord that was so bad that it warranted that kind of judgment, but clearly it was serious. And this is why, fearing the Lord is a very significant thing, because the Lord, He can judge us for anything. He could judge us for things we've done in this life. He could judge us for things we've done in our past lives, But the Lord is not messing around in these last days, and people keep thinking that this is a joke. It's judgments like that that'll remind you that it very much is not. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for that man, it was his time to die. It was a horrific death, but that was all according to the will of the Heavenly Father. Proverbs 19:23. The fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. And that's right. You fearing the Lord and living your life as righteously as you possibly can, that will please the Lord, and He won't have these horrific type of judgments befall you. But you see, the Heavenly Father, He has to put the Spirit on you to live righteously. And for a lot of people out here, the Lord, He doesn't have that Spirit on them. And in time, they also will be visited by the Lord's Spirit of vengeance. And, judgment will befall them. But for those of us of the hopeful elect, we have to let these type of judgments be a daily reminder to us as to why it's paramount to fear the Lord, to stay prayed up, to continue to watch, continue to read, continue to fast, continue to rehearse the righteous acts. Because it's not a joke, man. We are living in the last days. We are living in some perilous times. We are living in the days of vengeance. We're living in the days where the love of many is going to wax cold. We're living in the days where there's about to be a lot of death. out here. And these deaths are gonna get more heinous, more gruesome, more televised. Like, it's not a joke. So people, so we gotta stay locked in. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakudash. Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Ottawa and Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.